Good morning and happy Tuesday. My name is Mrs. Rich, and we are going to begin our self-regulation lessons today. Each of these lessons are going to be given to you through your advisory class. You will have approximately one a week until we are completed. Today is day 1, lesson 1, and this is going to be defining self-regulation. If you haven't already gotten into the Counseling Corner Google Classroom, here are your codes. Please take a moment and do so now. Teachers, if you need to, please pause the video so the students can add their Google Classrooms. 6th grade, please add your code. 7th grade, please add yours. 8th grade, there's yours. If you're just now adding this Google Classroom, chances are that you will not have access to today's worksheets. Please share with a friend, or I will also have them on the screen for your viewing. Unless, of course, there was a new update, which is totally possible by now. So maybe when you do add the classroom, the worksheets will pop up. Lesson 1 will be a total of 3 days. For today, will be completing activities 1, 2, and 3. Our first activity is called Defining Self-Regulation. Our second activity is the Introduction to the College and Career Ready Competency Wheel. And our third activity today are looking at the 4 necessary pieces to be able to self-regulate. When we get back from Thanksgiving break, day 2 will be self-regulation scenarios, stop and brainstorm, and feelings word wheel. The week after that, we will be completing activities 7 through 10, self-regulation goals, goal scenarios, reflection of those scenarios, and your final statements. So I know that 3 days does sound like a lot. However, this is the largest lesson. And this lesson is very important because it defines self-regulation and defines some of those harder vocabulary words that we're going to run into over the next few weeks. So while it does stretch out quite a bit, it is imperative that we understand what self-regulation is and the different elements and how we can self-regulate before we move on. Teachers, at any point that you need to, please press pause to be able to have a classroom discussion on certain pieces, or if your students need additional time to complete anything. Students, at this time, please open up that Google Classroom link for your grade level specific Counseling Corner, and please open today's assignment, which is labeled as Lesson 1, Day 1. Each of you have your own copy, as when I entered it into Google Classroom, I created each student a new copy of this assignment. So you are free to write on your assignment to get it completed without having to make a copy. So we are going to begin off with activity 1, defining self-regulation. Students, this is what your worksheet looks like. It's the very first worksheet when you open up your assignment that I assigned you all last night. To complete this activity, please fill in your answers to the prompts and questions below. So let's define self-regulation together. The definition of self-regulation is a proactive, self-directed process for reaching goals, learning skills, managing emotional reactions, and accomplishing tasks. Seems like a lot of big words pushed together to create a definition. So let's break that down. If you look on your worksheet, here it shows all of the words broken down from what I'm about to discuss. This is where you'll be putting in your answers. Teachers, this will be the time where, as we go through each of these questions, you pause so that way the students have time to fill it in. So number 1, what does proactive mean? I will give you a hint. Think about the broken up pieces of that word, pro and active. This is where you will be filling in your answer. Teachers, please pause the screen. All right, welcome back. Here's the second question. What does self-directed mean? Again, there is a hint, self and directed. Let's break the word up. This is where you will be answering that question. Teachers, please pause the screen now so the students are able to fill in their worksheet. And the third one that we are going to complete is, what does the word process mean? Here's where you will fill that in, and teachers, once again, please pause the screen so the students have time to fill that out and discuss it. All right, welcome back. So our last two questions are, what does attaining mean? What does this look like? Do you think you have to attain your goal to be successful in self-regulation, or just make progress towards an attainment? What are some goals you've worked towards attaining recently? Let's look at what the word attain and look at the context that the word attain is in within that question. What do you think the word attain means? Please stop and look besides you and have a partner discussion about the word attain. Once you have completed your discussion about what you believe the word attain means, please answer that question below. All right. So, knowing your new words and knowing the definition of those words, please take a moment as a class and create the definition, a new definition for the word self-regulation. Teachers, please feel free to pause and discuss this and create a classroom definition of the word self-regulation. All right, welcome back. I have created my own definition for the word self-regulation. It says, a planned and advanced series of actions that I, not someone else, begin for myself to accomplish tasks. Is yours different? If so, that's great. I'm glad that we learned some new words today. Please write your new definition at the bottom of your Activity 1 worksheet. Activity 2 is our introduction to the College and Career Ready Competency Wheel. Let's find out what the wheel is and look at the different elements of it. We will be using this wheel often in the next couple of weeks. And this is just a quick introduction to the different elements of it. Students, this is the second page of that same assignment. This is Activity 2. All right. So here is the College and Career Readiness Competency Wheel. This wheel is used in a vast majority of ways through both educators and students all over the nation. I would like to point out that there are three elements of this wheel. It is intrapersonal, interpersonal, and cognitive. I have a little hint at the top of the screen. The difference between the prefixes inter and intra. Inter means together and between two groups. Intra means within, inside one group, like yourself. So strong intrapersonal skills increase your ability to get more things done on time and stay on track to reach your goals. Having strong interpersonal skills leads to improved learning, success in your job, better grades, success in college, improved athletic ability, and better health. You will basically improve at anything you want to accomplish having stronger intrapersonal skills. Let's take a look at the orange or red interpersonal portion of this college and career competency wheel. Some of the words that point out to me in this section are initiative, perseverance, self-regulation, self-efficacy, self-care, self-awareness, curiosity, and integrity. And then we kind of have some blended words of ethics, sustained attention, and goal setting, which are also considered a portion of the cognitive piece of the wheel. Today, we are obviously looking at self-regulation. On your screen and your worksheet, it asks that you look at self-regulation and the other competencies on the wheel. I would like for you to choose 3 other competencies that you think are related to self-regulation, and please underline them or circle them within your worksheet. Teachers, please pause and give the students an opportunity to get this completed. All right, students, welcome back. This is just a very quick introduction to the College and Career Readiness Competency Wheel. In the next couple of weeks, we will be continuing to look at it and completing tasks with it. For our third and final activity today, it is just taking a quick look at the necessary elements of self-regulation. Hint, there are 4 of them. Students, this is the last worksheet within your assignments that I assigned to you last night. I would like for us to review this poster below and reflect on the 4 different pieces that are necessary for self-regulation. If you notice, they seem like steps. So the very first step is to make a plan. Then it's to monitor your plan, and you have to be able to reflect on that and wonder, is this working? Do I need to take any additional steps? The third step is to take control and make changes to your plan if you need to. This can be done a multitude of ways and many times. And then finally, you will have to reflect on it and decide what worked, what didn't work, and what can I do to make this better next time. That is the completion of day 1. Thank you all so much for hanging around and completing these different tasks and learning how to break down and define what self-regulation is. This is all going to be very important for further lessons. If you have any questions, you can either discuss it with your teacher, or you are more than welcome to add additional questions onto your worksheet that I have provided. As you've completed that worksheet, please turn it in and have a fabulous Tuesday.